This is a complete beginner's guide for Manor Lords, so if you have not played this game before, this is the video for you. However, if you are more experienced with this game, let me know in the comments what your best beginner tip is, and that might be very helpful for anyone new that is watching this video. I did a video about a beginner's guide, but you told me that I wasn't clear enough. So I'm not going to be slower in this video, but I'm going to be more clear of what we are doing. And if you want a part 2 of this series, you got to let me know, because now I do not have an active series on my channel. So it's going to be super easy to continue this with a part 2. So if you want it, let me know in the comments. Here is the first options that we have when we load into Manor Lords, and it's basically as choosing a portrait that we will basically never see, and choosing a name. Obviously we do in Norse, and then here we will basically not see this shield either. So I'm just gonna choose the Swedish colors, do the Viking axe, and we're gonna move on. And by the way, speaking of Swedish here, let me know in the comments where you guys are watching from. Last video, someone was watching from Korea, and it's so cool that we are reaching all over the world. So let me know in the comments where you are watching from. So when you load into this is the game setup. This might be overwhelming, but we're not gonna change anything here. And if you are a beginner, I recommend that you do a restoring the peace mode. And I recommend that you choose one of these maps except high peaks. And the reason why is because this AI will start claiming regions, like all these are different 4 regions, and he's gonna claim them pretty quickly. And the last one is yours, and if he claims yours, you're gone. If you go with, for example, Jagged Cliffs, there are so many more regions for him to claim. It might take a bit longer, and you will have longer time to build up your realm. So I'm not gonna get into this, but we need to get into what this is. This is not the new AI that is on the map. This is Mr. Hildebolt that is off map. He's not there, but he does own these 2 regions. And his goal is to start claiming more regions, which we will get into more probably in part 2, how we do that, and how we defend and claim regions ourselves. But if he claims all regions, he wins, and if we do it, we win. So that is the goal. We can add AI opponents like this, but we're not going to get into that in this one. We did an AI Let's Play series, and the AI is pretty terrible, so we're not going to do that. So that's the best start. Don't change everything here. It's not necessary. Just press begin and let's go. And before we do this, we are so close to getting 3,000 subscribers, which is the goal here on this channel. So if you are still watching and enjoying this content and want to stay up to date with Manor Lords, I highly suggest you subscribe. So thank you all for doing that, and let's see here what we have on this map. So now we have some resources here on the map. So that's the first thing I'm trying to eye out what type of resources we have. And the first thing I notice here is that we don't have a rich deposit or any deposit of iron. This is iron, and this is not in our region, as you can see. It's outside these red lines. Because when we have salt, we don't get iron. So a pretty bad region. The only thing that is good is this, which you can see right here. When there is a golden circle around this and a crown, that means that we have a rich resource and we have more of mushrooms. So it's gonna be easier to get food. And normally you have 2 rich resources in a region. And since we have 1, that can only mean one thing. So if you go into this construction tab right here, which is down here, you press here, and on the side here, you can check the fertility in your land. And if you only have 1, it gotta mean that we have high fertility. So if you go into barley, which is usually not a good fertility, but you can see here by the red, and you see right here, we do have a lot of spots with green, and that means high fertility, obviously. Rye as well, that's usually covering the whole map. Pretty easy food. So food wise, we're not gonna have a problem here. But when you load into a map without iron, you need to get that into a trading region so we can get trade going and we can make money and we can buy ourselves some weapons. Yeah, so that is the first one we do check. However, you can also go to other regions and see what other research, or not research, you can see what type of resources they have, not research. And right now, I feel like I want to claim this region later on because they have iron. They have iron too, but not on a rich resource. So yeah, not much fun resources. If you want me to get into what type of resources they are, this is wild animals. They give food, which is gonna be good in the long run. Salt, you get salt and you can make sausages eventually. And stone, you need stone for basically everything, and having a rich deposit of stone would be very nice. And clay is gonna be used to make roof tiles, to make, for example, a level 2 church. But again, might be too overwhelming, so we're not gonna get too much into that. And here is the perfect spot up here to put a manor. And the manor is this new castle that we can see on this new release for this beta patch, and that's gonna be placed up there. But that is in the future, so we don't have to worry about that right now. So here's our camp, and we have 5 unassigned families. This is these guys right here. I'll pause the game here because I'm talking. And right now we have no assigned families because, yeah, we don't have any jobs to assign them. If we're building houses, we need to have at least one family that isn't unassigned. That is unassigned, because otherwise they will not build. If we want more families, we do need housing. And right now we have 5 houses. So we will need 5 houses to get them to move into. And then we need that extra house of 6 to get this extra family to come in here. And to get an extra family, we have to pay attention to the approval here. And once that is above 50, we get 1 family each month. So that is something that we do need to consider. Here's the regional wealth. I'm going to get into more about the difference between regional wealth and the treasury, because there are some differences right there, and we're going to learn eventually. And then livestock, we have 1 oxen right now, and the ox right here is the only person, well, yeah, only thing that can move the logs, and you do need logs for everything in this game. So the first thing you will do when you load in is to buy another ox. And now we have 30 regional wealth, and usually I would spend that on 2 farms that I'm not gonna even show because we're not gonna do that. What you will do, however, is to save these regional wealth. We don't want to use that at all. We're gonna use it soon. And then here is all the supplies that we have, and we can see here on this tab on this side that we have food for 3 months, and that is the food that is right here in the open. And if it starts to rain right now, all those foods will go away, so we need to protect those. So that is what we will do, and we're gonna do that by going into this construction tab again. We will go into logistics right here, and above logistics we have a granary and a storehouse. And you can place these wherever you want, basically. However, if you put them over here, they will have to walk all the way from this point all the way here to put the supplies in there. And the chances for rain, like between that, is going to be pretty high. So I usually, as a beginner, I put them pretty close to this. So I'm going to place one right here, and I'm going to place one right there. So we have a storehouse and we have a granary. Another thing as well, we just ordered an ox. And if we don't have stable space, which is here, you can see that we have 1 out of 1. That new ox will run away. However, it will take some time before that ox is coming to our region, because that will be delivered by itself. So we're just going to wait for that ox to come in here. But we do need to build that second hitching post before it goes away. So that would also be a pretty high priority. So we're just going to place down some roads here. And I also want to do what? Well, I'm going to go into the construction tab here again. And then we will hit residentials. And we're gonna go up to the marketplace. And we're just going to go from here to here and then up here. And you see that we have 5 plots right here. So 5 locations for marketplaces. And then we're going to get into marketplaces soon. But you want to build this because whenever we put families in here, they will set up marketplaces in here, and that will make families that do live in houses happy. And these guys doesn't live in houses, so now it doesn't really matter but we want to get those stalls up and running, so once we have houses, they will be happy quick, because we need to keep this about 50. So I'm gonna speed up the game here and get these built, and as soon as one is built, I'm gonna place one family in here. We still have 4 unassigned families to build this house, because yeah, we do need that. And oh, as you can see, we're running out of food. Get that food supply in here. This one is done as well, so now let's build this. That's pretty good. And now I feel like the best thing is to build this second hitching post, which is in the construction. Go to logistics, and here is a hitching post. I'm just gonna place this temporarily right there, next to the other one. And new message right here, and this is Hildebolt that we did talk about before. We're just gonna end this conversation. Let's take a look here. You can actually see it on the map a bit clearer. Oh, he only has one region? That might be a bug, because we saw that he had 2 regions, but now it's just 1. Here's another thing when we are looking at this. This right here is a outlaw camp or a bandit camp. This we want to take out, because you get influence from taking out bandits. And bandits will attack us, and if we defeat bandits, we will get influence. But this bandit camp right here, if we're going to clear that out, which we can't right now because we don't have an army, we get influence and we get money. And if we don't do it, Hildebolt will do it, and he will get influence, and he's gonna start claiming regions. So if we take out all the outlaws, he cannot do it, and he's not gonna get any influence. And you see right here, we need 1,000 influence to claim a new region. So you do want to take care of all the outlaws that is on the map before Hildebolt does. That's gonna give you some time before he does expand. So now everything is built. I'm just gonna pause the game right here, because if we look here, we only have 4 timber left on the woodworks. So you will want to go into construction, you want to go into gathering, and you want to press lodging camp, which costs 2 logs. That means that we have 2 logs to go after this. And this that we're building right now is the only building that can give us logs. So if we cannot build this, then we can't survive. We will have to tear down buildings and stuff. So this is very important that we get this up and running. Now I'm gonna get rid of these 2, because they are not necessary at all. I'm just gonna speed up the game. Now we have some market stalls already. They might not work as yet because we don't have any supplies, but we don't have any houses. So get families to build this, 5 families, because now we need to get houses. We still only have 1 ox, as you can see. So that's not good. We want to get this other ox here pretty soon. So let's see if we can get a road all the way from here to connect down here. And again, if you're watching, why not just take that axe and throw it at the subscribe button? That's gonna help us spread this video for other beginners that are pretty new to this game, and that might be helpful for them. So now this is gone or done. And one thing that I just remembered that I wasn't too clear about is adding families. You press the building and you see this, and by just assigning a family like this, you get families to get in there. You can, however, manually assign families. I'm gonna get into that shortly. And if you go to Livestock, you see these different tabs right here. You can also add an ox, and right now we only have 1 ox, but to speed up this process with lodging, you can add a ox in there the same way as you add families. We're not gonna do that because we need that ox to actually build the next thing that we're gonna build, which is housing. And right now we can't afford housing, so I'm just gonna let them get those logs down, and we're gonna plan out how we build housing. So we're gonna see here where and how we will build those houses. And I think I'm gonna just set this up. If I do like this, and this is I'm not sure if this is the best way, but I've seen people do this, and that way we get a backyard extension that we're not gonna use now, but we're gonna show it soon. So just do it like this temporarily, and I'm gonna show you what we will do. We have 2 timbers. We do need to speed this up. Still only 1 ox, as you can see, and they're chopping down trees. So if you had an ox here, oh, here comes the second ox. Herman is in the town. Let's go, Herman. Welcome to town. And that means that we can do like this. We can add an ox. Nickel, you will start working in the lodging camp, and Herman is gonna help us build. So Herman, you're gonna get right to it, and we're gonna build our first house here. And building houses is the same construction tab, residentials, and this is the burgage plots. So we're gonna do like this. We're gonna do like this, and when you do these, you see that we get this extra housing up here, and that means that we have one house and we have a backyard extensions. We mean that we can get some type of food added to this residential. I usually do this, but if I understood the new beta patch correctly, I could be wrong, so let me know in the comments. But if we have one house, they produce one food item each month, and one family eat one food item each month. But if we do like this, we could technically add a second family in here, but that means that two families are eating and they're only producing one. I could be wrong about this, so don't take my word for that. I usually always do this, but for this time, I'm gonna do like this. So we would get two families in there. And then on this side, I'm gonna do like this. I'm gonna go up here, and hopefully we're gonna be able to fit this. That will take us 6 timber. I'm gonna speed up the game here. And this will give us some residentials for all our families that are living in here. But we do need more if we want more families to live in here. And you see this, we're down to 2 months right now. So once we are done here, I'm gonna press this, and now families will actually move into this. Pretty good, pretty good. And they will forgive us for being homeless for a month. Once we hit April, down here you see we're on March, we're gonna start getting negative on this approval, and that's gonna take a bit longer for us to get new citizens. So it's very important that we get these guys up and running. And as you can see, a new family has moved in here. So only 4 families are homeless until we finish building here. So let's keep speeding this up. We have 3 timber right now, so we can build this new last house, which I'm gonna build like this, and up here, and like this. And now you can see that we have huge back gardens right here, and we're gonna do like this. That means if we build this, we have 2 families that live here, and if we have a backyard extension like this with, for example, apples, you do need 2 families to work this big field. If you have chickens here, you don't need 2 families. So we're gonna do like this, and for now we're not gonna be able to afford getting that, so we're just gonna get this house as 2 normal families. And now when they did move in, I'm gonna show you how you actually can assign families, and that is by pressing the burgage plot, and then on people you can go here and you can press this, reassign family to different workplace. You press here, and you press in here, for example, the granary. And we do need families in the granary, so I'm gonna place a family right there. I'm gonna remove one in there. I'm gonna place you in here. That way we have one family that is still building, and these 2 families are working in here, which means that we have stuff on the market. And you can see right here we have, this will go up. The more families that does move in, this will go up. And right now we are pretty safe. We don't need to add more families in here. We have the right capacity for this town. But the more families we get, we might need to add more families in here. So speeding this up and completing those 2 buildings, please. Alright, so there we go. We have 5 houses right now, and we're building 1. So if we get this approval up again, as you can see, we got 7% negative on the homelessness. So that is gonna go away pretty quick, since we have food and general goods on the market. And if we get this about 50, which we have already, the next month another family will move in here. We also got a nice weapons delivery right there. So let's go into this army right here in the middle. You press here, and the first army delivery you got is spears and large shields. And the only unit you can build from that is spears. So we're gonna press here, and that way you have 10 units. And 10 units, you can technically go and attack these guys, but there are 18, and we're not really gonna stand a chance. So we have to wait until we have more units in our army before we go and deal with those. So we're just gonna keep on building here and get more families to move in. Now, there are some more important things here. We are chopping down trees, and they're not gonna grow back unless we tell them to. So if you want trees to grow back, you're gonna have to build this. This is not something we will focus on now, because you see this, we have houses now, and if you go into here, you can see that we have a fuel demand now. And that is because these families does want a nice cozy fireplace in their home, and I don't blame them. But we need to start getting fuel. But we have 3 months, so that we don't need to worry about now. However, we do need to worry about this. This is 1 month left before we starve to death. So we're gonna go into here. We're gonna go into the Forger hut right here, which is gonna pick those nice mushrooms right here. And we're just gonna build this, not on this, because they will go away, and we don't want that. We're just gonna build this Forger hut right. Trying to plan for the future a bit. I'm gonna place it right here. You can see we're not on the berries, but right there. And we can just continue this row going like this. Actually go down like this and then up. There we go. So we always need to place a road to connect to the buildings. And you see this as well. We did level up our residentials, and this is new as well. We're not gonna get too much into this, but we need to choose something here. And you see that we have 3 plus and 1 negative. And if you go out here into our regions, we need to check what type of demand we have. We have a lot of mushrooms, and we have a farming region. So if you press up here again by the name up here, we can choose a new name. So let me know name suggestions for this city too. That is very important. That might be the most important thing. No, I'm just kidding. But let me know in the comments a good name for this city. Viking themed would be appreciated. And then in here, we haven't not developed these yet. They're coming more soon. We can't choose yet. But in here, we can choose something that is good for farming and mushrooms. So I like this one because it will give us plus for food variety, which is pretty easy to get. We will plant a lot of trees, which I love to do. And small holding, which means that we can add families to a permanent job at their own house, which is good. For example, a blacksmith efficiency and stuff like that would not really be the best because we don't have iron in our city. So that's why we want to check our resources first. Efficiency farming at elevation. This is good because we do have a lot of elevation in our in our region. So farming would be good even if we are high up. Sheep or animal imports, that is also good. Mining speed increase, not the best. And we also get artisan workshop negative 20%. I'm just gonna go for this. I'm not gonna spend too much time. I'm gonna go for the tree planting because I am a tree planter. We're just gonna accept this. You choose whatever you think is most fitting for your region that you're getting. All right, speed this up. Now we have 2 months of each, so that is a small problem. Happiness is good. So as soon as we hit the next month here, we will get another family moving in. So that is something that we do need to plan for. We have 9 timber. I'm gonna do like this. If you go into this burgers plot right here, you see this. That means that we can build a house right here, which we cannot get here because we didn't get that extension, but we can't get it here. So we're gonna get 1 more family here so they can have 2 families working out here eventually. Not yet, but eventually. And we're gonna see how we do this tree plantation. And that's another thing that we can do, and that is to move this. So it's too steep to build over here. So this is the bad part about this region. I'm gonna build it way over here, because this is where the tree plantation will be. Now no one is chopping trees. We don't really need to, and we have 3 families building and working right now. I would also move. Let's see if we can get this to go like up here and probably just connect here. It doesn't have to look nice. It doesn't look nice either, but yeah. And then I'm just gonna connect this down like this. And this will be another space for kind of the same setup that we have right here. That means that these needs to go as well. So we're just gonna move these like so. And I like having hitching posts closer to the lodging camp, because whenever we chop down a tree, I think there were a tree down here somewhere, they have to go and get a log to go and pick up that tree. So that is why I like that. Now this is done, so I'm gonna add a family in here, so this will go up fairly quickly. The food is not gonna be a problem. What will be a problem is fuel. And when winter hits, we need like the twice amount for fuel. So we need to get that down. And we chop down trees the same way for firewood as we do logs. Yes, not at the same pace. So we're gonna see where we actually do that. I might use it for this area just temporarily. So you go into the construction, go into the woodcutter right here, and if we can build it here. It might be too steep. There we go. I'm gonna build it right there. Yes. Another family just moved in. Yes. And now you can see right here that we have 6 total families. We have 1 house to go, so we have 1 more empty house for families to move in. So that is something that we do need to hurry up and get more living space. Because now a new family, if we keep this up above 50, a new family will move in each month. So I'm going to do like this. Not really happy about this, but I'm going to do like this anyways. And that way we have 2 more houses moving in right there. Now the lodging camp is done. I'm going to add a family in there, and I will also add a family in here. So we do need to add a road up here, so I'm going to connect it down here. And soon I'm going to tell you what we need the regional wealth for. So keep saving it. Getting that extra 3rd AUG is tempting, but I'm telling you, save it. I'm going to show you soon why. Food is running low, but yeah, look at this. We have 5 months of food. Yeah, it's fuel. I was gonna say, fuel is the problem, but that will be also fixed pretty quickly right here, just for getting 1 family in here. We're not gonna go into the maintenance here just yet, but we do need a lot of tools in this new update, as you can see by maintenance. Wooden parts, no, not really just yet, but it will probably be added shortly. You can go in here and you can see that we have 7 timber. So we're just gonna keep building here, and once they're done, we're gonna add some more houses. And I'm gonna tell you and show you how we start making money in this game to get this really good start. And then you also want to keep an eye on this. You want to go into the army and keep an eye on this, because when you have about 18 to 20, I would suggest going to deal with those outlaws. And I'm gonna show you how we do that very soon, because who doesn't like a nice scrap in Manor Lords? So as you can see, another house that is empty. We have 2 houses right here, soon to be 3, for families to move in. And I'm just going to continue this because we're not really building anything else, at least not now. I think we can do like this and this. That way we have 2 more houses. And in here in the middle, I think we can fit, yes, 2 houses and a big back garden right there. And there we go. We just saw the plus. Another family just moved in, and now we have 7 family. This is going fast. Fuel is up, food is up, and if you go into the marketplace, this is looking good. This is slowly getting up. So the next thing I would suggest that you get is to go into the gathering, and you go into saw pit, because we are gonna start getting some planks, and planks are made from timber and yeah, go into planks. So this will be placed pretty close to the lodging camp, and I'm just gonna see if we can actually get a nice little area up and running here, because it's gonna be pretty important to start planting trees, because if they chop trees down over here, it's gonna be some time, because they have to walk here, then go back to the ox, get the ox, and go back here. And walking distance in Manor Lords is a pain. So we don't want to have too large walking distances. So go into the construction, get the forester hut, and place that pretty close to the lodging camp. And now we can add back the ox that we didn't do before. So Nickel is back at his job again. Go and get those logs. And now, as you can see, we have a lot of spare housing. And one thing that housing does need as well, I didn't add it just yet because it's not crucial, but if there is a fire right now, we are pretty much screwed. So go into residentials from the construction tab, and let's go into this, the well. And once you press it, you get these blue lines, and this is the only place where you can place the well. You cannot place it here, so we're gonna place it right here. That's actually a pretty good spot. And that's gonna give it water to our citizens, but also that will be helpful if there are a fire. You want to have these pretty spread out. I will probably put one here in the future, down here maybe. We will see how we do about that. But now they're just gonna go there, and keep eyeing this. I normally like to hit 12 to 12, so we are covered with 12 months of food and 12 months of fuel. That's normally something I like to hit. Now we have this built. I'm gonna add a family in there, and I usually press advanced and go into limit work area, because I want to tell these guys where you can plant trees. And if you hold control on your keyboard and then you scroll on the wheel on your mouse, you can make this smaller or bigger, and I like to make them pretty big. Usually I get some sticks for making this too big. Let me know how big you usually like do the working area. But now they will start planting trees there. And we just got another family moving in. Look at this, getting in here. Very nice. And that means that we have 2 unassigned families. I usually like to have 1. So that means that we can go into the construction tab, hit logistics. I'm kidding, hit gathering, and go to saw pit. And we can get that saw pit probably built right there. And now we're going to start making planks, because why? Well, we want to build a church. And as you can see, we need 5 logs, stone, and 20 timber. I'm kidding, planks. So this is built. I'm going to add this family in there. And this is another building where we can add another ox, but we're not going to do that because we don't have enough oxen. We're, however, going to go into the advanced tab. Tell these guys to just make us 20 planks and then stop, because otherwise you will usually, until you get this up and running, they will get us so many planks that we cannot even keep up. So that is the next step. And now let's move on to the way we make money in this game, and that is, well, by building in the industry tab, getting the charcoal kiln. Where can we build this? Very, very steep here. I would like to build this close to this. You know what? I'm going to get it down here. And we can probably do a road from here to here. And we're just going to get this road to connect for here. There we go. Because we will cut down firewood. Firewood will go into the storehouse, because these families that work in here will go and get the supply that are in here and place it in the storehouse. Then the families that work in here will go to the storehouse, get their firewood, go into the charcoal kiln and make charcoal. And we're gonna produce so much charcoal, and we're gonna start selling it, because we want to make money. So let's see here if we have some planks. Yep, we have 10 planks going up slowly. Only 4 timber though. And we have 1 family to spare to place in here. And let's go into this. If you press the building here, you go into people again. You see that you are a forester, people unassigned. Here is the best thing. You see that this family is unassigned. If you press here and then here, that means that this family that lives here work here. So they have to walk from here and back here. Super short walking distance. However, they still have to go to the market to get food. They still have to go to the church and pray. So that is something you do want to consider. But if we can, we want this family not... Yeah, good. So this family is a firewood cutter. But these families should not work over here. So temporarily, we do want to build more houses in this area for families to work in here. And planting trees takes a long time. But if you zoom in, probably not just yet, you're going to see small trees popping up in here. Yeah, we're not seeing them just yet. We're going to look very soon, and we might see some trees. Now we have a lot of families moving in here. We have 20 spare militia. The only bad thing about this is that we have a total of... Ooh, let's change... Oh, there we go. We have a total of 28 total population. If we take out this town militia, which we will do, that means that we have 8 families staying back. So you you go into this, press them, and then you press rally, and then press where you want to rally the men. Sorry for not being clear, but yeah, you pull out 20 men. That means that 8 families are back. So if you press the charcoal kiln, for example, people, you see that 1 and 2 of these 3 families are in the army. So the production in here will be super slow. So normally I do not like using my militia, at least not this early, but I have a little trick to show you a good advantage. And to get a good advantage here on these outlaws is to get the high ground. That is something that will actually be helpful. You don't want to fight in the forest either. So maybe we cannot get the high ground, because once we get near, these guys will push out. But we are definitely going to try to hit this. do press this as well, because we want these men to walk. If we get there and are tired, we're gonna lose a lot of men. And if we do lose men, then we will not have any workers back home. So speed up the game, and I will be back as soon as we get the fight going. Alright, so we're getting here now to the fight, and you can see that these guys pulled out, which is not good because our men is pretty spread out. And we're just gonna have to pull back this way and run, because we want all our men to fight this fight. We don't want to be spread out like this. So they're gonna have to run, and hopefully we can actually get this high ground. So go up here. Please hurry up. Hopefully there will not be more men coming. And once they are here, let's see if we can press a shield wall and do a stand your ground. At least from before this update, you didn't lose as many men. And let's see if that actually do happen. Let's speed this up and get this battle going. And you can see right here, they have 18, we have 20. Speed this up, 17. We'll still have 20. There we go, dropping them like flies. Yes! We lost a man right there. Hopefully they will break soon. There we go, broken. Get this out of here and start running. Now our men did get experience, plus 25. That's going to be helpful in the future. And then you want to go here and claim this. This is the most important thing that you want to do here, which I actually failed to do in the last playthrough. You don't want to send this to the regional wealth. I'm going to show you why and get into the difference between the regional wealth and the treasury. Let's speed this up and let them go here. And there we go. Now, we're going to claim this, and we can do two options. Send it to our town, which doesn't have a name just yet. Let me know in the comments if you haven't already. Or send it to the treasury. We do in the treasury. Now we have 107 here. These men will be pulled back, and I'm going to pull them back here. And the reason why is because if we get another bandit camp on the map, which we doesn't now, that is very important, because we can go into the army, press this plus sign, and go to this hire mercenaries. Press here, and for just 30, you can get 2 outlaws and fight 1 outlaw for 30, which means we have 77 left. And for a month, we can probably beat those and claim another bandit camp, while our own men is back home and work and being productive. So speed up the game and get our men back. All right, we just got another family moved in while we are pulling back our men. I'm gonna show you a little trick. We need our men to be inside our region to actually disband them. And you can see right here, they're walking here. And if we disband them, they're going to walk here, right? And then they have to walk all the way back here and get to their job. Here is a little sheet. And that is to rally them again. And you can see they teleport back home again. Here's the army that was just fighting. And then you hit disband, and you can see right here, now they're working again. So we saved the walking distance from back here. And now they can just get back to work. A small little hack right there. And now we have no families that can actually move in here. So we're going to do like this. We're going to get to the next step here, which is the charcoal. There we go. We do have a lot of it. I'm going to see here. We have 4 families that are unassigned. That's not too good. Timber is not looking great. So I could add more families in here. That's not a bad idea. I'm going to do like this. Are we planting any trees? Can we see them just yet? Not really. No. Yep, there's one. Here we go. You see this little thing right here? That thing is a future tree. So they're going to pop up very shortly. That's nice. Now, let's see here how we use this the best way. So you need to go into the construction. You do need to go into, I think, residential, logistics, and press trading post. We cannot afford it just yet. So speed up the game. And to get the trade, we need to get the supplies to this. So trading post would actually be the best to be fitted up here somewhere. But for now, since we're a small little town, we're just gonna build it down here. So speed up the game. Did another family move in? Nope, not just yet. I'm gonna get you out of there, because we do need to build a church as well. But there we go, 9. There we go. So go into the logistics, press trading post, and build that right there. I'm gonna get another family into this, because if you look at charcoal. We have 72 firewood and only 53 charcoal. And one charcoal is the same amount as one charcoal is the same amount as 2 firewood. That is why this is crucial to get. But we also will produce a lot of it. So we're going to start selling it and start making money so we can start buying stuff for this region, because we do need to get more supplies, because we lost 1 man. We have another family that moved in, but we're still not having 20, and that is because we're missing 1 spear and 1 shield. Should you just have picked that up from the dying soldier right there, but that's not how the game works. So let's go back here again. And to get this above 80, the approval here, means that we do get 2 families each month. And we do want to get more families to move in here, but not too quickly. But that is very crucial. And speaking of getting more families, we don't want to move in too quickly, because we have to think about the food, which is pretty good. But this is a seasonal resource, which means that we will not get any more mushrooms in the future. So that's why it's crucial to get these done. Not in the future. Well, we get new mushrooms in the spring, but for the winter, we won't get any. So it's crucial to get these going so we can get more food. I'm going to show you soon, but we do need more regional wealth. So speed this up and get the trading post done. Alright, so while we are waiting, a bandit camp was just sighted. So let's press the map down here and let's see on the map where it is. It's way over here. So that's another thing. You don't want your men to walk from here all the way down here. So we're going to hire some mercenaries. So ARGB would be a very good region to actually get those mercenaries. So let's go into the army tab. Let's press create units, hire mercenaries. And now the cheapest units are these. They come from Elite, which is not the best. These cost 90. That's a lot of money. Let's see where Elite is. Let's go back to the map. It's way over. They're gonna walk from here, but you know what? They're gonna make it there in a month, because after the month we have to pay again. So it's very crucial to get there within a month. So let's just do this. Press the red thing here, hire mercenaries, sign a contract, and we just got our first mercenaries. These are archers, so you might be thinking, what the hell am I doing? But these guys, the heavy mercenaries, archers right here, they have armor, so they're gonna deal with those mercenaries. So let's tell them to walk here. We can actually tell them to run, because there's no way 18 men is gonna kill all these men right here. So run here, because you have to run across the map. It's gonna take ages, but they're gonna go here and kill those brigades right there. Let's go back to our city. Now, going to the trading post, getting a horse is gonna be very efficient, but we can't afford it right now, because we're gonna press on the trade tab right here, and we're gonna scroll down. No, I'm kidding. We're gonna go to the fuel, and then we're gonna press export right here. And this is a major trade. So if we actually want to sell major trade, you see the difference between minor and major. Same thing here. We have minor trades, these things right here, and we got major trades right here. The difference is that the major trades does need us to unlock the trade route, which is this. So that cost 30. You see why we needed to save those 30? Well, this is why, because we need to establish a trade route. And now we are broke. We're going to tell these guys to only keep 50 charcoal and then sell the rest. And we're going to make this money back very fast. The next thing that we could start selling is shields. Not shield. Well, we could sell shields as well, but we could sell planks if we get this industry going. If we start chopping down more trees and start producing more planks. Now, we do need to have families here to start selling. So we're going to do like this. And normally I would build a church, but a church is not going to get us to 80%. We do need more families, because look at this. We have 12 months and 16 months. So the thing I'm going to do is get another little area going here. Let's go up like this. And just turn this around and connect it here. You don't need to build like this. I just like this style. You can build the houses and do the layout probably a lot more nice than what I can. So do that. Don't follow too much of my instructions here. But get 2 houses here. Get this extension. I highly recommend that you do get this extensions. We can get chicken coops and whatnot. I'm gonna get into that very soon. Do like this, and then same thing here. And no extensions. We have to go all the way up here and then go down here. Get that done, and we have 5 more logs. So let's do this last backyard right there. There we go. So they're gonna build right there, and after that is done, we're gonna get that church. I could add another family in there so we can start making money. And now let's pay attention to our mercenaries that are not even close. All right, speed up the game. And let's build this and get some more families. And you can see right there, they just went off. All these traders went off to get the supplies, I'm guessing. Yep, they're getting supplies right here. Going back to the trading post. Getting supplies into, look at that, 42. And then they're going to start selling it. And I'm not really sure how much of this they can walk away with. I think it's like 5. But if we have a horse, if we buy a horse and do livestock right here, I think a horse can transport 50 items to this. And it's maybe not quicker, but you're gonna start making a lot more money. So we do want to buy a horse. Now let's go back to this battle, and we didn't really pay attention to this because we know they will actually handle these guys. Fire at will, allow friendly fire. There we go, they're broken. And we did lose 1 man. And as you can see right here, 18 days left for the next payment, so we made that just fine. Now continue this way. I'm gonna buy or get this to the treasury one more time, because if you do this and send to our regional wealth, you will be able to get more oxen and whatnot, but in the long run you do need money in the treasury. So we're gonna send this to the treasury. I'm gonna highlight these and press disband, and then the mercenaries will be gone. And now we have 720 influence, which means that we can soon claim another region, which is insane. And look at that, we have some money in our treasury as too. And if we do claim another region, which I'm not going to get into too much today, but if you go into administration and press on settlement camp, this costs 250 treasury, not regional wealth, treasury. You see difference here? So that's why we want 250 in here to get mercenaries, but also a settlement camp so we can start a second region and move on and build another city. You also need the treasury money to get the manor, but we're gonna get into that soon. First, we do need a church. So now let's speed up this, get those houses done, and now once this is done, we're just gonna start getting more families moving in here. We do need to keep an eye on this when we do expand, and you can see this is piling up. We don't have a lot of food variety, and we don't really have we might need another family in the storehouse, which is starting to fill up. So it would not be a bad idea to actually get this expanded. And you saw I just pressed the white button up here, and that means that this storehouse is going to be able to store more supplies. I think it was 250 before the expansion, but now once this is done, let's double check and see. Could it be 1,500? I'm not really sure. Let's see once that is done. Houses are done, and another family just moved in. They're so quick in this game. Now, let's get this church up. You go into the construction tab. You go into, is industries? Nope. Residentials. Wooden church. Still need planks. So I think we needed planks to get this extension. So now we're just going to put a family in there to get those last planks, which is only 20. So speed up the game, get those planks. And you can see right here, we have a regional wealth of 180. So if you go into this, you press your home name up here in the middle. You press here, you go to records, you do exports, and we just got 180 from selling that charcoal. That was so easy to get. And we can look here, we still have 177. We don't have enough firewood, and we still have 17 months of fuel. Pretty easy food. Pretty easy fuel and money glitch right there. So keep selling that stuff for us, please. And now let's double check here. We can fit 3 families more and 2,500 instead of 250. So that's very good. And now we should have enough planks. Yep, we do have enough planks. So let's build this church to get this happiness up. I might just place it here because I want to. And then we're going to start planning to get this manor. And the manor is one of those defensive buildings, the castle. Oh, it's right here. We need stone rubble, and we do need planks. Stone rubble you would get from here. So you go into the construction. This is just temporarily, because I said in the beginning, those stone, once they're gone, we're not going to be able to get more stone from here. That's why we want to get the trade going. But we're going to get this right next to this if we can. And we're just going to gather that stone so we can get a manor up here. Imagine how cool that's going to be with the stone castle up here on this hill. And then like city below this. No way. I cannot wait to build this again. If you want to see that, I will probably make a part 2 of this. Let me know if you want to see this. And we will make that happen for sure. Again, if you're new, take that axe and throw it at the subscribe button. And there we go. We got the church that we can upgrade as well. But that's going to help with the happiness a lot. Still only have one new family moving in here each month. But that is fine. You can see right now we only have one more house for families to move in. But we only have food of 8 months. And that will be fixed soon. But I'm going to go in here. Just get another family in here so we have this covered. Stone is done as well. So we can just press this building and press here to add another family. We're not going to do too much micromanagement just yet. By placing like this family to work here. Because we don't really have the set houses that will be right next to the forester camp, for example. But as you can see, we're not planting enough trees to keep up with this pace. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to build a road like this. And we will build houses here. So I'm going to move these hitching posts to this side. Because I'm going to build houses on this side. And now we do have money. To speed up getting more money, we are going to get our first horse. So you go in here and you press the horse. Same as the ox. It will take some time before it gets here. So we're just going to have to wait. We can go in here and press here. And then press the livestock and press on the sign. But as you can see, it's taking some time before it gets here. So sometimes there is a bug. So we're just going to wait until we actually see the horse. Oh, sorry. I had to have a drink. Let me know in the comments what you guys are drinking while you're watching this. I'm drinking some Coke because I am a Coke addict. Oh, that did not sound right at all. Oh my god, I'm meaning Diet Coke. Coke Zero. Oh my god. You get what I'm saying. Let me know in the comments what you are drinking. Oh, I'm gonna get so demonetized. So let's see here what we're doing. Well, we're gonna get more residentials over here. Because right now we only have one. So let's see if we can get some houses here. And these houses will be the families that will work and live over here in this area. So I'm just going to do like this. Pretty big back gardens right here. But that's fine. I'm just going to get that place. And the reason why is because I want to get this forester area going. So we're going to get even more of this going. Get this down. Plant some more trees. Very crucial. And since we just got the horse, most important thing is that we need another hitching post. And we have, it says we have 3 out of 2, but the horse haven't got here yet. But we might as well just get this hitching post down. And I'm going to place that right here next to this. And what we can do is also, once those hitching posts are done, we can go in here and upgrade them to small stables. Which means that we have 2 in each. Look at this. We have now room for 5. Good. Very good. And now we do have a lot of money, which we wanted. So what we will do now to get money is that we will go into each burger's plots. We're going to start with these big ones. And we will go into here. And we're going to choose what type of extension we want. And that is why it was crucial to get this extension on these. And for this big back gardens, we're going to do an orchard. This one, we're going to do a veggie garden. And on this one, we're gonna do an orchard. To get the orchard and gardens to get higher rates, it's very good to also go in here and add an apiary. That's gonna help with the yield. So I'm gonna add an apiary and 2 of these, which we can't do right now because we need more planks. So that's why this is crucial. I highly suggest, that's why I'm doing this early, is get this up and running, because you're gonna need a lot of families working over here and get more tree plantation, getting more trees, because once you get this going, we can also start selling the planks, and that is very crucial. You want to keep an eye on this as well, because each 30 days you can get another horse, and we want 2 in here. This horse doesn't seem to want to come here just yet, so we're just gonna have to wait for that. But as you can see, the money's just going up. Can we get the apiary? Yes, yep. We have 7 planks. That is gonna be enough. So let's place that one down. Now, once they have built the extensions, we have to choose what type of food source we want. So if we go for beetroots, there is a low yield, but we get it every 10 weeks. High yield of cabbage every 18 months. And a medium yield of carrots. I'm gonna go with a high yield because food right now, okay, it's actually pretty bad. But we're gonna go for a high yield. Same here, medium yield. Let's do high yield of apples. And down here, I might do quinces. Okay, it's a low yield, but no. Yeah, I don't want to do the same. I kind of want, you know what? Let's do pears, so we get some type of variations. All right. So here's the thing that we got. We could have this unassigned family be a permanent family that does only work in here. And I'm going to do that, but I'm going to keep these guys unassigned. So as soon as I can, I'm going to remove these families. Because working in a field like this, they're going to have to spend a lot of time in here. So a good thing would be to add a family like this. I'm just going to keep them unassigned. But right now, we're not going to do that at all. We're not going to focus too much on the assigning here. We're going to get in more into that probably in part 2. If you want one. So now we have a family assigned here. We're gonna put that family pretty badly in the forester hut. And why that is badly is because they cannot plant trees in the winter. But we're just gonna put him in there so we can start planting in this area, because we're getting pretty screwed when it comes to planting trees here. I might actually tell him to plant trees in this area right here, because I might just get another lodging camp right here. And the reason why is because this lodging camp can only have 28 logs, and that's the only place where we can store logs. So having 2 of them is going to help. Also, we can get another ox in here, so having 2 oxen spread out here is going to be a lot of benefits with that. Now, still getting a lot of planks, so that's very good. So now let's keep adding backyard extensions, and I'm gonna go for I might just go for goats, because I want those hides so we can make shoes. You can choose whatever you want. Getting chickens and whatnot is going to make the variety a lot better. What I do not suggest is getting this field and getting a veggie garden, because that's not going to be much of a veggie garden back there. So might as well just press here and press the animal pen. Once that is done, we get to choose what type of animal we want to place in there. So let's just get these done. We do want an apiary right here as well, because it's next to this field. And then in the next one, I'm just going to get all of these animals right there, as long as we can afford it. Now we're missing planks. And that's going to help this city to get more food, even though we're expanding pretty quickly here. And let's also add another tree planter right there. And also continue this. Might get another one right there, but I'm going to get another tree planter right here. There we go. So there we go. Now, how are we looking? Yes, we have a lot of stone. I'm just going to let them pick all of this so we can remove this family from here. And then we can finally get the manor up and running. Yes. And this, we're not going to build walls just yet, but we're going to place this up here. I'm just going to do, actually, I'm going to do like this. And I'm just going to commit it. And there are some bugs with the manor, so I got a tip that we should just build the manor and complete it in one go, and then never look back at it again. So we're going to save enough tools and stone and whatever we do need to upgrade this as once. And so we don't have to, yeah, it's going to take some time to build otherwise, because the game was lagging like crazy in my last playthrough. Now let's also get a road up here so we can connect that up here. So we'll have a pretty quick road to actually get to the trading point. And I feel like this is a pretty good setup. Food is not great, but once spring hits, we're going to get a lot of food. Once we get these going, we're going to get a lot of food. And we would not be able to get these going if we didn't have money and planks. So that's why that was crucial to get. Still missing a lot of planks to speed up the game. We only have 7 timber. All right, let's get this guy in here. Let's go into the lodging camp. And I'm kidding, not lodging camp. let's go into here and get more oxen. So I would suggest either buy an oxen so you have like 30 oxen, because oxen at this point is basically free. There's no upkeep, and get oxen spread out in your city. I'm telling you, do not underestimate walking distance in Manor Lords, and getting a lot of oxen is just gonna be helpful. Maybe don't get 30 oxen right away, but do get a lot of oxen and spread them out. Also horses if you do a lot of trade. So like this, we're gonna put some around here like this. Might place one next to the church. And hitching posts are free. We also want to place some down here next to the lodging camps. And we're going to upgrade these to small stables eventually. Maybe even place one here. And another lodging camp over here. So I might just place one right there. There we go. So now we have room for 18. And then we're going to make those into another small stable. Now, let's go in here and see where we do need more families, and this is where we start to manually assign families. You do not need to do this as a beginner, but if you go to the burgers plot, hit people, you do the unassign, and then manually place that in the lodging camp. Another family has moved in. I'm gonna go in here, and forester hut. Don't forget to go into the advanced and tell them to plant trees right here. And another crucial thing that you need to learn as a beginner: if we plant trees or chop down trees here, they will go away. So it's very crucial that we go into the lodging camp and tell them to only cut down trees in this area that is not in there. Is it down by... was it 40 before? Maybe we already did chop down some. So let's actually go in here and make sure they're not doing more. So let's go in here. You can only chop down trees in this area. Maybe a bigger, yeah, like this. Maybe we did lose some mushrooms right there. And that is crucial not to get rid of those mushrooms, because if we only have 40, that's not a good resource. Also, another thing, your families will get sick, and getting those herbs will prevent them from being sick, or they will be healthy a lot quicker. And if your families are sick, they're not working, same way as we had families out in the army. So you do want to get this done like so. Get the herbs upgraded. And now we do have a lot more money. We only have 6 planks. So let's see if we can get some more extensions here and get some more food. Now, they are finished here. So you need to go back here and you need to choose what animals you want to get. And as you can see, we have a delivery or a trader available very soon. So let's see if we can get that in one day. You can choose pigs or you can choose goats. And we want hide so we can make shoes, because that is a clothing demand for level 2 houses. So I usually go for goats. So let's get these in here. Goats. And the goats cost... let's see how much they actually cost. They cost 25. Pigs cost 25 as well. But since we have money... and that money is coming only from charcoal, which is pretty insane. We're just going to keep buying these goats like so. Same here. Get the animal training post, which we can't just yet, because we might just have to get another ox and get you guys to... yeah, they have the limit right there. I kind of want to add another family in here, but everything will be slow until we have more oxen. So if we had a family in here, we might just get the other ox as well. But right now, this is why we do need oxen. And you can buy oxen like I just did, or we can go in here into the logistics and you can hit the livestock trading post. And I usually just do these temporarily, but you can place this down right here temporarily, and you can tell a specific family to start the trading and fill up your town with oxen. This is more quickly. You don't have to do it manually, and you will fill up your family or your livestock pretty quickly. Another horse will be very nice as well to get the trade with more money. But again, I'm just going to see if we can speed up here and we can hit spring, so we can start getting those mushrooms again and get this food. We have 3 months, but again, I'm not really worried about that part since we have money. Now, when we have money, if there is issues, we can just go into trading and we can buy food. Even though food is very expensive, I don't recommend doing it. But if there is a crisis, I do recommend it. Now we have another bandit camp, and that will be dealt with in the next episode. So if you are enjoying this, do not forget to take that axe and throw it at the subscribe button. if you want another part of this, let me know. Don't forget to write the best beginner tips in the comments if you're still watching. Again, help me reach 3,000 subscribers. That will be insane if we can reach that goal. So thank you all that did subscribe, and I am looking forward to see you in part 2. So if you want to see that episode, you're gonna see that video on the screen right now. So keep your axes sharp, and I will see you in the next video.